rushing to your car. In a moment all went screaming wild, until the darkness killed the light. I remember running to the sea, the burning houses and the trees. I remember running to the sea, alone and blinded by the fear. And the river flows beneath your skin, like savage horses kept within. And all is wasted in the sand.
Okay, my chess friends, I warmly welcome you to this chess video. And we're going to do a tribute, rather, to a phenomenal chess player, Walter Browne, who sadly passed away today as he was attending a chess event, I think either in California or San Francisco, somewhere like that. Now, Walter was actually born in Australia, in Sydney, and moved with his parents first of all to London and then to New York. And he learned to play chess first of all by playing postal or correspondence chess. And then he became a tournament player, and he was a very successful tournament player. I think he won the United States Championship either 6 or 8 times. A phenomenal player. Well, in this game he is playing the current Soviet champion, Vladimir Savon, who won the Soviet Championship in 1971, ahead of such notable chess players as Anatoly Karpov and Mikhail Tal. So we'll get into the game and you'll see some scintillating tactics by Walter. Knight to f3, c5. We have g3, then g6, bishop g2, bishop g7, double zeros, knight to c6, c3. White signals his intention of taking control or pawn control of the d4 square. We have d5, d4, c takes, knight to f6 and knight to e5. Double zeros by black, knight to c3, bishop to f5, and knight takes on c6, b takes on c6, knight to a4. Of course, the knight is eyeing the very powerful outpost here on c5. Walter, of course, takes defensive measures by playing knight d7, bishop to f4, queen a5, bishop drops back to d2, hitting the queen. The queen simply sidesteps this with queen to b5. And the bishop goes to the somewhat passive square, c3. Rook to c8, perhaps preparing the move. Whoops. c5. White plays the rook to the half-open c-file. Rook to d8. And here white plays a somewhat insipid move, b3. And it's insipid because it allows the freeing move, e5. And Walter plays this immediately. D takes on e5, knight takes on e5. And here white plays another dubious move. He plays bishop to d4. I wonder if you can understand, dear chess friends, why this is a dubious move. Well, quite simply, it allows black to disrupt the communication between the queen and the bishop. And black does this rather by playing the wonderful knight to d3. Of course, if white takes with the pawn, well, the bishop is gone. And white has given up the advantage of two bishops and created an isolated queen pawn for himself. So what white does in the game is play knight to c3, hitting the queen. Queen simply sidesteps by going to a5, and we have bishop takes on g7. Knight takes on c1, and here white essentially blunders with the move queen to d4. Now if you have the black pieces, what move would you play, my chess friends? Take a little moment to think about it. Obviously, black would love to play a move like knight takes on e2, forking, of course, the king and the queen. The problem, of course, is that the square is defended by the knight on c3. So why not simply remove the defender? And this is what, in fact, Walter does. And he plays the wonderful queen takes c3. Now at this point, Vladimir Savon banged the table with his fist, and then he limply offered his hand in recognition of Walter's victory. And we can see, of course, that after queen takes on c3, well, knight takes e2, king h1, knight takes on c3, and even after the bishop takes, well, two rooks and the bishop should prove superior to the two bishops and a rook. And of course, black also has an extra pawn, and white in fact resigned. It's a wonderful little game by Walter Browne, exploiting his opponent's weaknesses. First of all, the insipid b3, which allows the freeing move, and then this inaccuracy here, bishop to d2, which allowed the knight to interpose itself between the queen and the bishop. And then this beautiful queen takes on c3. If, of course, you get the chance, I would suggest that you look through some other games of Walter Browne. They contain some absolutely scintillating tactics, my chess friends. But I provide this just as a little tribute to Mr. Browne, who appears to me to have been a very awesome individual, very humane man. And it's very sad, of course, for the chess world of such luminaries like Walter Browne to pass away. But of course we can celebrate his genius by observing his chess games. So thank you very much, my chess friends, for taking the time. I sincerely wish you well with your own chess. Take care and goodbye.